Something finally shifts in Amy's mind, something she can't ignore anymore. After weeks of trusting Nathan, she begins to notice the tiny cracks in his perfect act. And in this moment, she realizes she may have let the wrong person into Heartland. Amy starts episode 8 with a full plate, and it shows in the way she carries herself. She's tired, busy, and stretched thin, trying to balance work, family, and the pressure of keeping things running smoothly. Nathan appears right when she's at her most overwhelmed, offering help at every turn. At first, he seems like the perfect extra set of hands, always positive, always calm, always saying exactly what she wants to hear. And because Amy is so focused on everything else, she doesn't stop to question his sudden interest or his constant need to be near her work. We see how Amy enters the episode with a mindset that leaves her open to influence. She's dealing with difficult horses, unexpected problems, and emotional stress that weighs on her more than she lets on. Nathan knows this. He watches closely, stepping in with perfect timing as if he knows exactly when she needs support. And Amy, wanting to believe the best in people, accepts his help without thinking twice. Throughout this early part of the episode, there's a gentle shift happening in the background. Amy doesn't notice it yet, but Nathan is slowly inserting himself into her daily routine, offering advice, correcting her decisions in small ways, and giving suggestions that don't quite match her own training style. Instead of seeing this as a red flag, Amy takes it as someone trying to be helpful. She's grateful, even relieved, to have someone making things a bit easier. But underneath this calm surface, the seeds of doubt are beginning to form. There are moments where Amy pauses, looking unsure, as if something Nathan said doesn't match what she remembers or believes. These moments are quick, almost too small to catch, but they matter. Because in episode 8, this is where everything begins. Amy, stressed and distracted, unknowingly letting Nathan deeper into her world right before she starts to sense that something is very, very off. It happens so quietly that Amy almost misses it. One small moment that doesn't fit. One behavior that doesn't match the picture Nathan has been painting since he arrived at Heartland. It begins with a young, nervous horse that Amy has been working with for days. She knows this horse well, its habits, its fears, the gentle approach it needs. That morning, she walks into the barn expecting the usual challenges. But instead, she finds the horse tense, almost as if it's afraid of something new. Its eyes are wide, its breathing quick, and it backs away from Amy instead of coming toward her like it usually does, right away. Amy feels that something isn't right. She studies the horse, confused, because she knows she didn't leave it in this state. Then Nathan appears behind her with a cheerful tone, acting like nothing is out of the ordinary. He casually says he tried a couple of things earlier because he thought Amy needed a break. He speaks softly and smiles, but there's something off about the way he explains himself. He's too confident, too rehearsed, almost like he expected Amy to question him. Amy's stomach tightens, but she doesn't show it. She's polite. She thanks him, but inside, she is unsettled. Nathan's help doesn't line up with the behaviors she sees in the horse. His methods, whatever he tried, clearly upset it. And Amy knows that proper training never leaves an animal this frightened, unless someone pushed too hard or used a technique meant to force obedience, instead of building trust. That's when the first crack appears. Nathan quickly gives an excuse, saying the horse just needs structure, and tries to reassure her that she shouldn't worry. He even hints that she might be reading the situation wrong because she's tired lately. His voice is gentle, but his words feel dismissive, as if he's planting doubt in her mind. It's a subtle shift, but Amy catches it. For the first time, she wonders if Nathan isn't being fully honest. She doesn't accuse him. She doesn't argue. She just watches him walk away, replaying his explanation in her head. Something about it doesn't sit right. The horse's fear, the vague excuses, the way he tried to make her second-guess herself. It leaves a small, sharp discomfort in her chest. After that unsettling moment in the barn, Amy tries to push away the feeling that something is wrong. But the more she observes Nathan, the clearer it becomes. His behavior isn't just unusual. It's calculated. He moves through Heartland with this strange confidence, as if he already knows how everyone will react before they even speak. And slowly, piece by piece, Amy begins to see how he has been shaping every situation to his advantage. It starts with his words. Nathan has a way of speaking that sounds helpful on the surface, but underneath, there's a thin layer of control. When Amy explains her training plan, he nods along like he agrees, then slips in a gentle correction, making her feel unsure about her own choices. When she questions him about the horse from earlier, he doesn't answer directly. Instead, he shifts the blame onto her stress or suggests she might be overthinking things. His voice is warm, reassuring even, but the message is clear. Trust me, not yourself. Then there are the small actions he hides in plain sight. Amy notices him moving equipment without asking, giving instructions to others as if he's in charge, and stepping into tasks she never assigned to him. At first, Amy brushes it off as eagerness, but now a pattern starts forming. Nathan isn't helping, he's inserting himself. He's changing routines she built, and he's doing it quietly, almost invisibly, making it hard for her to confront him without sounding overly sensitive. And yet, whenever someone else walks in lieu, Jack, even a ranch hand, Nathan immediately switches to his charming side. He smiles, cracks jokes, and makes himself look like the most considerate person on the property. It's a version of him that Amy rarely sees directed at her, and that contrast sends a chill through her. He's performing for others, shaping their opinions of him, while subtly undermining Amy when they're alone. But the moment that stays with her is when Nathan watches her from across the yard. His expression is unreadable, like he's studying her reaction to something only he understands. It's too intense, too aware. Amy looks away quickly, but the image sticks in her mind like a warning she can't shake. This is when the truth begins to surface, not fully, not loudly, but enough for Amy to realize she's not imagining things. Nathan's charm isn't kindness. His advice isn't care. His help isn't support. It's all part of something deeper, something she doesn't fully see yet, but knows enough to fear. It begins with the smallest question. Where was Nathan this morning? She remembers seeing the horse unsettled before she arrived, but Nathan claimed he had only checked in a few minutes earlier. Yet the dust on his boots tells a different story. Fresh dirt. That doesn't match the part of the ranch he said he came from. That detail sits in her mind like a puzzle piece waiting for the right corner. Then something else happens. Amy hears the ranch hands talking about how Nathan had been giving out instructions earlier that day, telling them how to handle certain horses as if she herself had approved it. When they mention it to her, she freezes for a moment. She never gave Nathan that authority, and the fact that he didn't tell her, that bothers her more than she expected. She thanks them, but walks away with a tight feeling in her chest. Later, she begins checking her training logs, something she rarely has the time to do, in the middle of a busy day. But now she's looking for changes, for differences, and she finds them. Notes written in handwriting that isn't hers. Adjustments to feeding schedules. Little scribbles beside horse names. None of it dangerous, but all of it done without her permission. Nathan has been altering her system from the inside out. The more she sees, the more she realizes how deep his involvement has become. Nathan has touched parts of her work she never asked him to touch. He has inserted ideas that subtly contradict her methods. And every time she catches him, he smiles as if it's all perfectly normal, perfectly harmless. What troubles her most is how confidently he acts, as if he believes she won't question him, as if he thinks she won't look closely. That quiet arrogance shakes her in a way she can't explain. Then comes the moment that seals her growing doubts. Amy asks Nathan an ordinary question about the nervous horse, something simple, a detail anyone who worked with it that morning should remember. Nathan answers quickly, with information that doesn't match what Amy found in the barn. She watches his face as he talks, and for the first time, she sees it hesitation. It's brief, but it's there. A flicker of uncertainty, like he's trying to keep his story straight. Amy doesn't expect the truth to hit her all at once. She thinks she'll uncover it slowly, piece by piece. But the moment arrives suddenly, almost violently, and it changes everything she believes about Nathan. It happens late in the afternoon, when the ranch begins to quiet down. Most of the day's work is done, and Amy heads toward the far paddock to check on the same nervous horse that first made her suspect something was wrong. She expects to find it resting, maybe grazing peacefully. But what she hears instead stops her cold. A sharp, angry voice carried by the wind. She moves closer, cautious, her steps soft against the dirt. As she rounds the corner of the barn, she sees Nathan standing alone with the horse. His entire demeanor is different. Gone is the calm, gentle act he shows everyone else. His jaw is tight, his movements forceful.